Hi, this is Marjory Wildcraft, and in this edition of Homesteading Basics, we're going to answer the question, should you till or not? So today's homesteading question, to till or not to till? Okay, Shakespeare would have probably asked that if he'd have thought about it. Okay, so I had a whole bunch of guys write in this time. Let's see, I'm going to work on a Stephen, Timothy, Anthony, Stephen, a bunch of the guys, and probably because guys love machines and tractors. This one behind me is my husband, 75 horsepower John Deere. Awesome machine, man. When you're up there driving that thing, it's a load of fun. We only really use this for shredding big pastures. It's not actually very useful in backyard food production. In fact, if you watch the Grow Your Own Groceries video, you'll see the most I really use there is a lawnmower. So I'm pretty low tech, wheelbarrow and shovels type gal, right? But the question, should you till? And I'm going to go into, there's the One Straw Revolution, a Japanese guy, and I'm trying to remember that author's name. If you know his name, would you drop it down in the comments box for me? It's not Fukushima. We all know that, right? It's something close to that. He advocates no tilling at all, never disturbing the ground, and there's a very good reason for that. Dr. Elaine Ingham, she's like the soil microbiology diva. What's going on underground is really, really important. It's important not to disturb it. There's all kinds of microbes and fungi and worms and bacteria and stuff, and all that stuff is working symbiotically with the roots of plants to help them get minerals and access to things that the plants need to be healthy. So you don't want to disturb that. Every time you till that up or turn it over, you're completely destroying that world. So you don't want to till. Really ever, but there is one time when you do want to till. And also do want to mention that the grow biointensive gardening method is very, very clear about not disturbing soil microbiology layers. And it's another great example of a gardening method that really honors this. But there is one time, and that is when you're breaking raw ground. If you've got a whole bunch of grass and weeds and flowers and stuff growing there, that's really well established, and it's really hard to plant in that. It's really hard to bust it up. Your garden vegetables don't like competition, right? They really just want to have all the soil around them for themselves to spread out and grow in, and so you really do need to get rid of grasses. Actually, look back at the other Homesteading Basics where we talk about the simplest way to prepare a garden bed, and you'll get some idea of the simplest way to do it. So I do advocate tilling at the very beginning, but there's no reason to invest in a tiller or a tractor for that, because you can rent that equipment and because you're only going to use it once or very rarely. Commercial agriculture, that's a different game. But for us backyard gardeners, one of our big advantages is that soil microbiology. Now I'm going to tell you a little funny story. When I first moved out onto the land, I was going to plant an orchard, and I called up my extension agent and I said, I got all this grass. What should I do to destroy the grass so that I can, have something to plant my trees in? And he said, use Roundup. And fresh out of a permaculture course, totally idealistic, organic, super granola girl, no way on earth or in hell was I going to use Roundup, right? And I had that attitude. I will tell you though, Roundup is effectively a chemical tilling process, right? It's really like a chemical tiller. After years of pulling weeds and pulling grasses, I'm not really advocating using Roundup, but I totally have softened to the idea of that, using Roundup once to kill the grass may not really have been a bad idea, okay? I'm not doing it. Put your opinions down in the comments box. I'd love to hear what you have to say or what you think about it. But I will say that I've softened on that angle over the years, just because grass is so pernicious and it is so much work to weed that stuff. So, to till or not to till? Well, do it once. This is Marjory Wildcraft with the Grow Network. Put your comments down below. Send me your questions. What's on your mind? We'll get them answered for you next time. Subscribe. We'll talk to you later.